Joining us for more on this story is Jason Calacanis, the CEO of Inside.com, and Mark Grossman. He's here at SET with us, and he's president of Bold Streak and a technology lawyer. So welcome to you both.
Mark, what's your reaction, your position as a technology lawyer? What do you think Facebook has or hasn't done wrong here, and your reaction to some of the things Jason just said?
They've done everything wrong, but I don't think any of it matters. They followed corporate best practices. They had an agreement that said you won't do certain things with the data. They had an agreement that said you'll self-certify data destruction. None of that happened. And within the corporate world, that's almost normal. No, it is normal that nothing happened. Now, the latest is there's going to be an audit of this data. That's new. That's unusual. And I think it's only happening now because of the horrific bad press that Facebook is getting. Otherwise, this would continue to be swept under the carpet.
And so what's the consequence going to be? Is this now crossed enough of a line that we'll see regulation from the government that'll clamp down on all of these stocks moving forward, or not?
Not in this environment as it is in the United States. In a Trump world where everything is about deregulation, no matter how bad this is, and this is bad, I don't realistically think
everything in Trump world's about deregulation, with the biggest media merger potentially being halted this week.
Well, we look at all the regulations coming off the books right now. We look at issues like gun control where nothing happens. I think this is another issue where there's going to be a lot of talk, short memory, short news cycle, and the world moves along.
Fair enough. Jason, they're now down about 7%. So is it that the regulatory risk is just bigger than Jim or others were citing at the time, or why do you think the reaction has been so outsized?
Yeah, I think people have watched this story get worse and worse and worse. And I think that we're going to see a couple of more cards turn over that are very bad for Facebook. And I think the reason why Facebook is not suing, the company in question, Cambridge Analytica, is because they don't want to go into that discovery process. And the last couple of times, they've done discovery of Facebook's misdoings, it's been pretty ugly. Obviously, they're faced.
But Mark,
they got the largest fine
in
history.
It's not clear that Cambridge Analytica did anything wrong. What would Facebook be suing them for?
Well, they're probably in breach of contract. But as far as discovery, that's a minor issue here. They're going to have congressional investigations. They're going to have parliamentary investigations. The only reason they haven't sued them is it's too soon.
This is part of Facebook's business model. A couple of years ago, it opened up the ability to access this personal data to these third-party developers.
And that's why nothing is going to change. Regulation, I don't expect it in the United States. Yes, there'll be more in the EU. Yes, there'll be more fines in the EU. But this is core. This is cost-benefit analysis. Pay the fines and continue with the business model.
But the EU wants to push back on this big time. 26% of market cap, the S&P 500, is tech. In the EU, it's about 4 or 5%. They've got nothing to lose now than to go after these sorts of companies, and there's a political backing to do it now as well.
It's a bigger slap on the wrist. I'm not buying in. When you look at Equifax and how bad that was worse information that was actually meant to be kept secret. And what happened to Equifax in the days since Equifax? Nothing. Yeah. Do you really think Facebook, when everything is supposed to be public-facing, or almost everything is supposed to be public-facing, is really going to tank over this issue? I don't think so.
Okay. Mark, thank you for joining us. Jason, also thank you very much.